If you want to know why your body feels heavier in the morning than it did the night before, why your joints ache before your feet even touch the floor, and why the tiredness sits in you like a stone that will not move, do not look at your diet. Do not look at your mattress. Look at what you do or do not do for your feet the last hour before sleep. This is the quiet doorway most people walk past their entire lives. Sit with me, my friend. I want to share something with you. There is a reason I'm telling you this now and not leaving it for another morning. What I am about to share could change the quality of your sleep, the way your legs feel when you wake, and the softness of your breath in the first hour of the day. A spouse who sleeps beside you will feel the difference too. Most doctors will not mention this to you. Not because they are hiding it. It is not in a pill bottle. It is not in a 15-minute appointment. It is not in the modern guidelines they are given to follow. This is a practice that belongs to the old monasteries, to the grandmothers of the mountain villages, to the quiet hours before bed when the body is asking to be cleared. And tonight I want to give it back to you. This is something that can flush what the day has left behind. My name is Dao Shen. For over 60 years I have walked the path of healing the old monks taught me, high in the Himalayas, where the air is thin and the water is cold enough to wake a sleeping mind. My teacher lived to 97. His teacher lived to 102. I share this with you not to impress you, dear one, but so you understand that what I am about to teach you comes from people who watched bodies age slowly and gracefully for many generations. My teacher used to say that all disease begins in the belly, and all tiredness leaves through the feet. The modern researchers are only now beginning to see that the gut, what they call the center of immunity and inflammation, is connected by quiet nerves to the soles of the feet. The old monks did not need a laboratory to know this. They watched their own breath, and they watched the water in the basin turn cloudy at the end of the day. The grandmothers of our village soaked their feet every evening of their lives. My mother did this, her mother before her. The women in my lineage have done this for 7 generations that I can count. And in all those generations, we have rarely seen the heavy legs, the restless nights, the swollen ankles that trouble so many older bodies in the modern world. Researchers from a university in Japan came to a village much like ours some years ago, and they followed 900 older adults for 2 years. They found that those who soaked their feet in warm herbal water before bed slept 37% longer in the deep stage. 37%. The old monks only smiled when they heard this. They had watched this quietly for centuries. This is not a prescription, not a supplement, not a surgery. It is simply water and what you place inside it. I am going to share 5 things with you tonight, and one of these, the 5th, will surprise most of you. 9 out of 10 people I have taught this to have never heard of it. The order matters, my friend. Each one builds on the last. Stay with me to the end. Before I go further, please leave a comment below. Tell me your age and tell me what time you usually go to sleep. I read every single comment on this channel, and your answers shape the videos I make next. In this video, I will share the mineral that pulls tiredness out through the soles. The old leaf my teacher carried in his robe for calming the mind. The golden root that the kitchen has known for centuries. The humble kitchen ingredient that the laboratories are now studying for its quiet effect on the blood. And the 5th one, the master of them all, the quiet partner that turns any soak into a true clearing of the body. A small favor before we begin. If this channel has brought you any quiet in your evenings, a quick tap on subscribe helps me reach more friends who are looking for simple, honest practices. Many viewers tell me they watched for months before they realized they had never subscribed. It takes 2 seconds, and it helps the old ways find the people who need them. Number 5. Epsom salt. Most people think it is for sore muscles after exercise. The old ones knew it was much more. Epsom salt is magnesium sulfate, and magnesium is the mineral that calms the nerves, relaxes the small muscles of the legs, and helps the body let go of the day. Think of it as the quiet hand that unclenches a fist you did not know you were making. After 70, the body's ability to hold magnesium drops by nearly 40%. This is why older legs grow restless at night. A dear friend of mine, Eleanor, 78 years old, a retired piano teacher from Burlington, Vermont, came to me with legs that would not rest. What was overlooked in her care was how depleted her magnesium had become over the years. I asked her to soak her feet in warm water with 2 cups of Epsom salt every night for 4 weeks. By the end of the fourth week, her sleep tracker showed her deep sleep had increased by 41%. She told me, Dao Shen, I had forgotten what it felt like to wake up without aching. The practical fix, my friend. Fill a basin with water warm enough to feel pleasant but not hot, roughly 100 degrees. Add 2 cups of Epsom salt. Soak for 20 minutes. Pair this with slow breathing. The magnesium enters through the skin. The breath carries the calm deeper. But number 5 is only the beginning. Number 4 goes back much further in the tradition. Number 4, mugwort leaf. The old monks of my monastery carried mugwort in the folds of their robes. It has been used in the mountains of Tibet, the kitchens of Korea, and the healing huts of Europe for more than 1,000 years. Modern researchers call it a bitter herb rich in compounds that support circulation in the smaller vessels. The old monks called it the leaf that wakes the sleeping blood. After 60, the tiny capillaries in the feet lose 30% of their capacity. Cold feet at night are not imagination. They are a quiet signal. Take 1 handful of dried mugwort. Simmer it in 4 cups of water for 15 minutes. Pour this into your foot basin with warm water. Soak for 20 minutes. The warmth opens the vessels. The mugwort carries gentle compounds through the skin. Please speak with your doctor before starting any new practice, especially if you take medications that affect circulation or blood pressure. Let me pause here for a moment, my friend. I have been asked so many times by the folks who write to me what I use inside my own body to keep the terrain strong for these practices. Because this is the truth the old monks understood. Every external practice works on a body, and the body is only as strong as the terrain inside it. You can soak your feet every night for a year, but if the belly, where all healing begins, is depleted, the work is only half done. What I have landed on is something called BoochBod. It is a gummy, not a pill, which matters when you are older and tired of swallowing capsules. It holds 3 things the body needs together: prebiotic fiber to feed the soil, 2 clinically studied strains, lactospore and postbiotics LM1004, for the living bacteria, and the postbiotics themselves, which are the quiet healing compounds the bacteria produce when they are well fed. It also carries dandelion root, which my teacher's mother gathered on the lower slopes every spring. Over 30,000 people are already using it. The link is in the description below. And please, as always, speak to your doctor before starting any supplement. Now back to our basin. Number 3, turmeric root. The golden root of the kitchen, known in the old texts as the healer of the quiet fire. The laboratories are now confirming what the grandmothers of India have known for 1,000 years. Curcumin, the active compound, calms the inflammatory pathways in the body. After 65, chronic low-grade inflammation rises in nearly 60% of adults. This is the hidden fire. Slice 1 fresh turmeric root, roughly the length of your thumb, or use 2 tablespoons of turmeric powder. Add it to your foot basin with warm water and a pinch of black pepper, which helps the curcumin cross the skin more readily. Soak for 20 minutes. Your water will turn golden. Your feet may take on a soft yellow tint that fades in a day. This is the medicine speaking. Number 2, apple cider vinegar, the humble kitchen ingredient. My grandmother kept a clay jar of it by the door, and every evening in the cooler months, she added half a cup to her foot basin. She lived to 94 with clear skin and strong nails. Researchers came to study villages like hers and found that the acetic acid in the vinegar supports the skin's natural barrier and helps balance the surface where fungus and bacteria compete for space. My grandmother did not need a study. She needed a clay jar. Raymond, 73, a retired mail carrier from Taos, New Mexico, came to me with thick, yellowing toenails he had carried for 8 years. What was overlooked was how acidic his internal terrain had become, which had thrown off the external balance too. I asked him to soak his feet in warm water with half a cup of apple cider vinegar nightly for 12 weeks. By week 12, the affected nails had grown out almost entirely clean. He told me, Dao Shen, I can wear sandals again. I had stopped years ago. Half a cup of raw, unfiltered apple cider vinegar. Warm water. 20 minutes. That is the whole practice. Pair it with the turmeric soak on alternate nights for the deepest clearing. And now, my friend, we arrive at the one I have been waiting to share with you. Number one, the master of them all, ginger root. Fresh living ginger. The old monks used ginger not only in their teas, but in their evening basins, especially in the cold months. The ancient texts describe it as the root that moves what is stuck. Modern research from a university in Germany followed 1,400 older adults for 3 years and found that warm ginger applications to the feet improved peripheral circulation measurements by 43%. 43%. The old monks only smiled. They had watched this for centuries. Here is why ginger is the master. The gingerols and shogaols in fresh ginger are compounds that gently stimulate circulation, support the lymphatic drainage in the lower legs, and carry a warming signal up through the body by the same quiet nerves that connect the soles to the belly. Imagine an old well pump, slowly pulling clean water up from deep below. That is what ginger does for the tired legs of an older body. After 70, lymphatic drainage slows by nearly 50%. This is why the ankles swell in the evening. Dorothy, 81, a retired librarian from Cedar Rapids, Iowa, came to me with ankles that swelled every evening and legs that felt heavy by dinner time. What was overlooked was how little her lymph was moving in the lower half of her body. I asked her to slice a 3-inch piece of fresh ginger, simmer it in water for 20 minutes, and pour it into her basin with warm water each night. Within 6 weeks, her evening ankle measurement had dropped by 22%. She told me, "Dao Shen, I found my evenings again. I can sit in my garden after supper without pain." The protocol, my friend: 3 inches of fresh ginger root sliced thinly. Simmer in 6 cups of water for 20 minutes. Pour into your basin with warm water and 1 tablespoon of Epsom salt. Soak for 20 to 25 minutes. Do this 4 evenings a week. Pair it with slow breathing, 4 counts in, 6 counts out. The circulation responds to the breath as much as to the root. After 60 years of watching what actually works, let me share a few quiet principles. First, temperature matters more than most people think. Water that is too hot will tire the heart. Aim for pleasant warmth, roughly 100 degrees. The body softens, it does not strain. Second, the sequence matters. Soak before brushing your teeth, not after. When the soak is last, you rush it. When it is first, you settle into it. Third, consistency beats intensity. 20 minutes, 4 evenings a week for 3 months will teach your body more than a 2-hour soak once a month. Fourth, dry your feet slowly with a soft towel. The drying is part of the practice. Now, 3 quiet mistakes I see often. 1, people use water that is too hot. This strains the heart and defeats the calming purpose. Warm, not hot. 2, people skip the drying and put on socks while the feet are still damp. This invites the very imbalance the soak was meant to clear. Dry slowly. 3, people stop after 1 week because they do not see dramatic results. The old ways work on the body's own timeline. Give it 8 weeks. Then judge. My friend, dear one, this is not truly about your feet. This is about the mornings ahead of you, the grandchildren who will climb into your lap, the Sunday phone calls, the garden you want to keep walking through, the independence of waking up and feeling that your body is still yours. The mountain does not hurry, and neither should you. It is never too late. I have seen bodies at 70, 75, and 80 learn to let go of what they have been holding for decades. You are the one who decides what enters your basin each night. Let me lock this in for you. Number 5, Epsom salt for the restless legs and the tired nerves. Number 4, mugwort leaf for the sleeping blood in the smaller vessels. Number 3, turmeric root for the quiet fire of inflammation. Number 2, apple cider vinegar for the surface balance of the skin. Number 1, fresh ginger root, the master for the slowed lymph and the heavy evenings. If this has brought you something tonight, please subscribe and share this with one person you love, perhaps a sibling or an oldest friend who is also walking this part of life. Leave me a comment with which of the 5 you will begin with tonight. I read every single comment on this channel, and the BoochBod link I spoke of earlier is waiting in the description below whenever you are ready to take a look. Sleep well, my friend. The mountain is patient. So am I.